Islam, Yahweh Shem Shah Thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. This is the law class. Then this is the Isupk Syracuse, the Commander General Yohana. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. I've been spitting this truth, teaching this truth since 1969. I've been the only, they say, group group of people, organization that been ordained by the Most High to, teach our people, teach the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, and again, we've been doing this since 1969. It started with Abba. We had the seven heads. And, then it got down to Commander General Yohana, which is our leader today. He's been holding his sword. He didn't put it down, which is lawful as well. We can see from his pedigree how to conduct ourselves by the way he followed Yahweh Shai and allow the Most High to use him to, to teach us and shine his light so that us as Israel, the lost sheep of Israel, can wake up out of our darkness, man. Can wake up out of our darkness. And that's so significant and important for us because the ISPK never watered down this truth to reach the masses of people. They never watered down the truth to reach the masses of people. They always just kept it, authentic, real, original, so that it could have the same effect that it had from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If you water it down, it won't have the same effect the way the Most High created it to have to be in our life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just understanding how just important that is to know that since 1969 that ISUPK been spitting this truth out, and now, like, you have to understand that anybody outside of the ISUPK or any Israelite group outside of ISUPK, they have not been lawful because they took something that they learned from the ISUPK and tried to benefit it on their own word. They renamed it. They renamed the people. They caused confusion amongst Israel because now it's like, oh, now you could go on Google and see and type in Israel, Hebrew Israelites, and then you got multiple groups popping up. And it should only be one. The scripture says one faith, one baptism, one God. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how can anyone take us serious if we so, segregated amongst our own people? If we so divided amongst our own people, which we so, and it's backwards what the Most High says do, because we should be separate from them. Not separate from each other, but separate from them. You know what I'm saying? So being separate from them, which is holy. Holy means to be separate, to be not a part of them. We're not supposed to be a part of the custom because then that will bring us wicked. That will make us wicked. We will pick up their wicked ways. And Scripture said, don't give our daughters to their sons. Don't give our sons to their daughters. Why? Because they will turn them away from the Most High. They will start following them. They will start, looking at their customs, looking at their traditions, looking at how to conduct themselves for them. You know what I'm saying? Which is the opposite of the Most High. The Most High wants us to be separate people so that we can be a holy people, which is again separate, so that we can actually be the chosen people that He chose to be. You know what I mean? A royal priesthood. You know what I'm saying? A peculiar people, which is a special people. You know what I mean? His favorite people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we gotta understand He is the husbandry. He is the husbandry of who we are. You know what I mean? Which is a farmer. You know what I'm saying? We are His crops. He wants us, just like how a garden is. You know what I mean? You don't get the carrots with the apples. You don't got the oranges with the bananas. You know what I'm saying? Even with the animals. You don't got the of course, like the chicken. You don't got the chickens with the cows. You know what I'm saying? Everything have to be in order. The same way that is on the farm, the same way we are supposed to be as a people. That's why He calls us sheep. Like sheep, we're not supposed to be with the bulls. We're not supposed to be with the pigs. We're not supposed to be with the chickens. We are His sheep. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be with the goats and everything else on the farm, with the other beasts. We're not with the other beasts. You know what I'm saying? We are a people of Israel. We are Yahshua, Prince of power, His people. Yeah, this is where we come from, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We don't come from the filth that they come from. You know what I'm saying? Like Most High said, they all spit. And they're like a water that falls out of the bucket. He don't say that about us. And when we conform and follow them, we become like them. We become like them. A lot of things that they even invented. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't invent the drugs. We didn't invent the guns. We didn't invent this gangster stuff. We didn't do none of that stuff. We didn't invent them things. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a German man that had invented the first pharmaceutical drug. Yeah, him. I mean, his name is like Frederick uh, Turner or something of that nature. Probably like in the 1800s. He created morphine, and if you don't understand morphine, it's named after the Greek sleep god, the Greek sleep god. So now I mean, and then now I mean, even with the heroin, you know what I mean, another guy, CR Arden, something like that. He created heroin from using morphine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't invent the drugs for us to become the. We wasn't even the main gangsters and drug dealers that came over. It was the Italians. You know what I'm saying? With the Irish. I mean, with these other nations who created the gun. You know what I'm saying? If you look up who created the gun, it's China. China created the first gun. We didn't make these guns up. But how come we are so fascinated with guns? You know what I'm saying? Because we want to watch these action movies. We want to look at Scarface, and, Pablo, and all these other gangsters that they have on TV to trick your eyes. I mean, the perception of things. You know what I mean? Our people are so looking at so carnal that they go by what the eyes see. Everything that glitters is not gold. Everything that glitters is not good for you. Everything that has sugar on it is not sweet. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? And our people follow the customs of these other people, even with prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Like that we didn't come up with callers. We didn't come up being prostituting. Our woman wasn't doing that. It came from them though. You know what I'm saying? They came from them. They used that even as another form of to worship the Ishtar, the goddess. You know what I mean? And even with the Easters, remember she comes before they got her when people worship Easter, fertility god. You know what I mean? The sex god, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So like even with the stripping, it come from us. It came from them, man. Our women out there stripping and shaking their tail on the poles and degrading themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like exposing their beauty and turning it to ugliness to attract the wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like it attracts the wickedness. Our people never was doing that. People was never doing that. But we picked up the custom of our because we want to mingle with the heathens. We want to mingle with the wickedness. We want to mingle with them and conform to who they are, which is against the scripture. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to separate ourselves from them and become one with each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Captain Zion was bringing out with the country singer named Jason, something like that. He said, stay out of a small town song, I believe. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, hey, so if it's okay for him to make a record that, you know what I mean, sell, and the Edomite's going to jack it, the Edomite's going to be with it. The Edomite's going to be with it. You see what happened with Donald Trump got in place? What happened? They got more comfortable with their racism. Got more comfortable with and more blunt with, you know what I mean, their inner feelings. But when we do it, they say we hate you. When we say, yeah, we love our people more than we love them, well, we hate you. We're extremists. John Muhammad said, we're going to pick up that. We are the extreme. We are extreme about this. We are extreme about this. So we're going to bring this thing out today, man. We're going to go into 2 Corinthians chapter 6. Chapter 6. We're going to go to in 2 Corinthians chapter 6. We're going to go to, we're going to start at verse 14. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. And it says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. You know what I'm saying? Even with like the Christian, the church take this We'll take this to say, don't be unevenly yoked with your rib. Don't be unevenly yoked with your outer wine. But again, he's not saying that amongst each other. He's talking about don't be unevenly yoked. I mean, don't be with them. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe. They don't believe. That's why they pushed this impostor up on us, Caesar Borgia. That's why they pushed you can eat swine. That's why they pushed you can celebrate all these other holidays, and they're gonna disrespect our king by saying his birthday is on December 25th on Christmas. On Christmas Day. Come on, man. They're not believers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? What fellowship do we have with the unrighteousness, man? We are the righteousness. We are the meek of the earth. We are the inheritance of the Most High. We are the righteous one when we follow the Most High laws. That make us separate from them, right? Makes us righteous. We have the right to the throne. They don't. Most High didn't make the promises for them. In Psalms 147, 19 and 20, he said he wrote this for us, Israel, Jacob. We know his statutes. He had not dealt with them in not the same fashion as he dealt with us. So why would we give them the benefit of that? I mean, why would we give them the privilege? You know what I mean? That we have. They're not going to give us the privilege that they have. We don't have white privilege. You know what I mean? We don't have the white privilege that they have when we walk up on this planet and walk up in Babylon. Then we don't have the luxury that the other nations have when they come to the land of the free and actually become and do the things that they want. This land we're not free here. We're in bondage. But he said we would come off ships. We shipped on ships again into Egypt. Egypt, if for those that don't know, is another word for bondage. It's significant for bondage. It's you know what I mean, the way we was in bondage and slaves over there in Egypt before we got brought out, before we came up out of there and came through the Red Sea. The same thing that's going on right here. We was in bondage. You know what I'm saying? So like, what he said, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? What do we have with them? And what communion have light with darkness? Good night. What do we have with them? We are the light of the earth. You know what I'm saying? We dim our light when we go by them. They dim our light. They dim our light. They take away who we are. They take away who we are and say that they are who we are. They say that they are the so-called Jews. They would say they are Jews, but they know they're not, because that's why they say they are Jewish. You know what I mean? They could dress like it. You know what I mean? They don't even follow the customs of the Bible. They don't follow the our doctrine, because they can't. They can't even say Yahweh Shah. They say Yahshua or Yahweh or something like that. But if you know the Lashon Kodesh, we didn't have the vowels, so they can't pronounce in the Lashon Kodesh, that how we speak and understand who it's for us. It's not for them. It's for us, Israel, 12 tribes. That's the 10 of Americans. It's for us. It's not for the Hebrews. So why would we allow them to come in? We're just giving them what rightfully ours? Come on, man. That's not what we do in our SBK, man. That's not what we do in our SBK. We're taking back what's ours. We're taking back our holy feast days. We're taking back our Sabbath. We're taking back our language. We're taking back our God, Yahweh the Most High. We're taking back what belongs to us, that was given to us from the beginning of time, that was God, the Most High created earth. He created all this for us. He created them to be our servants, not for us to be their servants. But every time we go against the Most High, we want to sleep with the heathens. We want to, you know what I mean, take on their customs of the heathens. What happens? We lose our life. So let's start that off again. For now, for those that are online, we are in the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 14. It said, "Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers." No, we can't walk with them. Don't walk with them. It's not, again, the Christian church will say that it's for, if your rib can leave the man if you're not equally yoked with you. The man, you can leave your rib if she's not equally yoked with you. We're talking about us with the other nations, man. And then also, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? What do we don't have no fellowship. We got nothing in common with the heathens, man. That's why when you go around them, you're gonna end up being like them. You're gonna eat swine. You're gonna be celebrating Thanksgiving like it's family day. Shalom, sis. How Shema thought about Shema Shah. You know what I mean? You're gonna want to be with the heathens. You want to celebrate their customs. You want to make them happy. You want to please them and bake them up. Why? But we have nothing in common. He said, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion have light with darkness? What communion do we have with it? We are the light of the earth. Again, we are the salt of the earth as well. We bring the flavor to everything. They don't bring no flavor to nothing. That's why they use us to big up whatever the corporation, the businesses, the wicked, all this wickedness, man. LGBTQ. It gets so popular. Why? Because our people want to say, oh yeah, it's okay to do it because they say it's okay to do it. Marijuana is legal. Oh yeah, our people are the ones that's going to be out there, and they made it legal for them to make money really off us. We the ones that want to go to the dispensaries. We the ones that want to go, you know what I mean, get the backwoods, the Dutchess and all that stuff. It's us going to the store, making all the other nations rich. You know what I'm saying? And who, he said, and what communion have light with darkness? What do we have with them? What can we do with them? We can't. They're not willing to make the same sacrifices as we're going to make to the Most High. They're willing to make a sacrifice for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They want to do things that they want to do. Again, morphine, the drug, pharmaceutical. You know what I mean? The pharmaceutical, they won't be around if they don't be able to push these prescription drugs up on our people. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. The German, he created morphine and named it after the sleep god. The Greek god, the god of sleep. You know what I'm saying? And our people is addicted today. They doing a lot of perks. That's what they would say. They're addicted to perks. Who created perks? Pharmaceuticals. Did they want to stop pushing that out there? The only reason why they probably would have, at the time, they think about not pushing out there as much because that's what it's at home for them. Their children is addicted to opium. Their children is the ones that are addicted to all the drugs that they want to push on us. So it's going to backfire on them. But we got to understand that we got to take the power that they think they have away by us following our power, by us following the Most High. When we follow the Most High, it takes away the trap that they have in place for us. Following the Most High, it takes away the from them. Everything we follow with them going to lead us to our demise. When we stop following them and do what the Most High said do, we're going to be able to see ourselves through all the trials and tribulations that we are facing every day. We're going to be able to see the truth. That's why we are the home of the truth, because you come in here, you see that light. You see the light that Commander General Yohana have when he come out, whether it's on America on fire. You see the light he have where that trickle all the way down from him, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men, and the sisters. The obedience that we have, you know what I mean? The discipline that we have for the Most High. And the light, again, that we don't put under the table. We put on the table so that the whole room can light up. We go in the corners and we go have camp on the corners to light up the whole city. In the middle of the city as well. So that everybody ride by, those Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They put their window down and say, yo, yeah. And if you black, Latino, Native American, guess what? We're going to say, yo, yeah, you a real Jew. They have questions that can be answered. We out there waking up the dead. Our people that's not alive. Just, I mean, they may seem like they're breathing, but they're not alive. Our people out there is not alive. You know what I mean? They walking in their darkness. And they going to vote for the politicians. You know what I mean? When they want to go celebrate all these holidays, the 4th of July and all these things, but they don't know nothing about the Feast of Tabernacles. They don't know nothing about the Feast of First Fruits. They know nothing about the Passover. They celebrate their New Year's on January 1st. We celebrate ours on April 1st, and we understand what it is when we passed over and went through the Red Sea, man. The Most High did a marvelous thing for us. And we wanted to go celebrate 4th of July when we were still slaves. We want to go celebrate when the oppressors got some independence. When we don't see them as never having no independence on this planet. We don't know them for them being the bottom. We don't know them for not having no kind of so-called freedom. You know what I'm saying? But for us, we are on the bottom. Verse 15. And what conqueror have Christ with Belial, which is wicked. They have nothing in common. Christ and Baal, You know what I mean? The devil, pretty much, have nothing in common. Well, what part have he that believeth with an infidel? Infidel is pretty much a non-believer. What do we have in common with someone that don't believe? You know what I'm saying? That's why we said we're not affiliated with no other organization out there outside of Isupk. Why? Because we are believers. They are non-believers because they left. They are non-believers because they are in Egypt. They are non-believers because they are in Christianity. They are non-believers because they are in Islam. They are non-believers when they are in all these other different studies and doctrines. Islam, there are all these other different doctrines. What do we have in common? What he said again? Or what part have he that believeth with an infidel? We believe. We don't have nothing in common with somebody that don't believe. We don't have nothing in common with an individual that don't that would question and say that or have nothing in common. Have nothing in common when they don't say that. When we say that the kingdom of heaven is really is for us. When we say the Bible is for Black Latino Native American, and they want to say nah, it's for everybody. Then guess what? Good night, bye. You're Antichrist. If you don't want to confess that he came in the flesh, that Yahushua came in the flesh, that he are black, like us, guess what? You're an infidel. You don't believe. We have nothing in common with you. We have to separate ourselves from people that don't believe. We have to separate ourselves from like you said, and what communion have light with darkness. We have nothing that we can. Why would we allow them to continue to dim our light? They dimming our light every time you go out there and say, "Hey, I believe in the Most High." And guess what? You go eat some swine. You go eat some shrimp, crab, and lobster. You go out there and covet against your brother. You go out there and commit fornication. You go out there and commit adultery. You go out there and serve all other gods. And you want to say you believe in the Most High God? No, you are not a believer. You are not. You is in darkness. You are in darkness. Even if you tell your brother, hey, or we're not ready for kids right now. You could abort your child. Who are you to play God? Guess what? You are in darkness because every time you follow their system, you know what I mean, their doctrines, it's our darkness. Verse 16. And what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? The Most High don't have no agreement with idols, man. That's why again, when the rich man came to Yahushua and said, "Hey, mind you, rich men is the ones that get idol." People, the poor idolize the rich man because they fantasize about being rich. You know what I'm saying? But we are rich. The Most High said we are rich. Us, Israel, Black Latino Native American, we are the rich ones. Yeah, we are the salt of the earth. We bring the flavor. We are the ones that keep this thing going around here, and we the ones that's keeping their kingdom going by putting all our love into them, put all our love into the thing that they have. We are the ones that's working for these rich folks. We are the ones that's keeping. Amazon is full of our people working. Elon Musk, he don't got to do nothing. He just chilling, making billions. Because we were not saying that we don't go get a slave, don't go get a job, because you still got to feed your kids, feed your family. But understand what's going on when we say the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, the oppressors. Why? Because they use all this power that they have for wickedness. They want to keep their foot up on our neck. They don't want us to get up and be who we are, like the Most High said we are, because guess what? They're going to learn their place. They're going to be the bottom. We're going to be the head. They're going to be the servants. But we got to separate from them. So when you say Isaiah 14, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. How can we prepare the slaughter by being with them when we're going to be the slaughter? We're going to keep getting slaughtered. But we got to walk away from them because the Most High is going to do a work on them. He's going to be doing them for their wickedness, for their iniquities. And we can't be holding hands with them when the Most High is throwing plagues upon them, man. When he's throwing monkeypox upon them, when he's throwing everything at them, and it's going to get up on us. Because guess what? We are holding hands with them. We're not separating ourselves from them. Again, verse 16. And what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? You don't have no agreement. Again, when the rich man came to Yahushua, he said, "Well, what can I do for the kingdom of heaven? Pretty much. How can I, get in?" You know what I'm saying? Rich people think they can buy themselves into everything. You can't buy yourself into this. It don't matter how much money you got. It's about integrity. It's about who you are. First and foremost, you got to be Black Latino Native American for you to even come into the Isupk doors. You know what I mean? To understand you are Israel. And then you gotta have some. You gotta stand for something, man. You gotta have some discipline, man. You gotta be willing to do this work. You gotta be willing to allow your old self to die. You gotta be willing to change, man. You gotta be willing to make your live. You gotta be willing to be a living sacrifice. Make your body a sacrifice, like Yahweh Shai did, man. You gotta be willing to do all these things. I mean, without that, you idle yourself. How people want to celebrate birthdays. You want to be idle on your day that you were born. When you should be thanking the Most High that you was even born. You know what I'm saying? You should be thanking the Most High that you would even have this breath in you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get this law, you should be really giving them praise to the Most High for even actually understanding who you are. Understand that the Most High deals with you, man. For ye are the temple of the living God. We are the temple of the living God. Ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said. I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And you talking about us, man. You talking about us, the ones that believe in him, us, Israel, the ones that's going to follow him. He's not going to be the God of the wicked. He's the God of the righteousness. He let us know that he's not the God of the darkness. He's the God of the light. He's not the God of idols. He's the God of the poor, the meek. He's our God, our the Most High, Yahweh is his name. Verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them. Verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them. Come out from among them. Get away from them. Because you're not going to see who you are. You can't be our God if we're being with them. He can't lead you if you're allowing them to lead you. Because you're going to go opposite from the Most High said. Yeah, he said you can't serve two masters. So you will love one and despise them. If you're serving the heathenites, and you're serving the heathens, you're serving the thing that they want to do, you're going to despise what the Most High said. You're going to be like, damn, I can't eat swine. But it's okay over here. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good, but guess what? You could get beef bacon. You get turkey bacon. You know what I'm saying? You got beef sausages. So it's not grievous. It's not hard to do. It's not against you. Our people think the law is against them because they don't want to push through nothing. Our people nowadays is weak. The man is effeminate, the woman is masculine. Our people is weak and discombobulated and out of place. You tell the woman, hey yo, hush your mouth. Listen to your outer one. It shouldn't be hard for you to be quiet. Hey man, hey, don't commit fornication. Hey, if you're gonna have more than one rape, you know how to be a man about it. Let them know. Raise that household. Teach them the laws of the Most High. Teach them their history. Teach them who they are. And guess what? You got 12 tribes to choose from. Why sleep with the other heathens? I've always said our woman, the 12 tribe, one of the blessed Native American women, is the most beautiful woman on the planet. The most beautiful woman on the planet. Outside and in. They're the ones that, whether it's the if you're looking for a woman with curves, our woman got the best curves. Looking for a woman that can cook, our woman cooks. You know what I'm saying? Our women believe they have the faith, they have the everything that they need to be led. The other women, you can't lead the heathens. You can't lead them to. Guess what? They're gonna want you to water down how you lead it. They're gonna be like, hey, but my father does this. And you want to please them, you're going to say, okay, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to do this too. The child will come in, he's going to want to celebrate his birthday. The child going to be born, he's going to want to have Christmas gifts and Christmas tree in his house. You know what I'm saying? On Valentine's Day, he want to engage in everything of the world. He said, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Wow. Yeah, this is the Most High speaking, man. This is we didn't write this book. You know what I'm saying? The Most High led us to understand how to, you know what I mean, conduct ourselves the way we need to conduct ourselves. But we gotta understand what's being said right here. Verse 17 said, for wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, save the Lord, and touch not the unclean, and I will receive you. Shalom, y'all. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean, and I will receive you. That's how we're gonna be received, man. We gotta separate ourselves from the unclean. And the heathens is the unclean. You know what I'm saying? How Shai told the woman, hey yo, I came for only the lost sheep of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And she understood her place knowing that, and he said, I mean, for one part of a dog, she said, but the dogs eat the crumbs. Even dogs eat the crumbs from the plate, from the table. But we have to wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, save the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Verse 18, and I will be a father unto you. Ye shall be my sons and daughters, save the Lord Almighty. That's the only way it's going to happen. It's the only way it's going to happen. We separate ourselves from the heathens, come from among them, and stop doing the things that he said do. I mean, that they do. Yeah, we didn't create the things that the wickedness. We didn't create the drugs. We didn't create the drugs. Then the morphine is named after the Greek the god of sleep. So I mean, and then I mean, like, we didn't create prostitution like I was saying before. You know what I mean? We didn't create our women to be stripped. We didn't create guns. We didn't create none of the wickedness that we are glorifying today. We didn't create none of the things that we so-called think that's our culture. You know what I'm saying? None of it. Everything that we are glorifying today and want to attach ourselves to today is dim in our light. Like, again, what scripture, verse 14 said, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? We ain't gonna do the same as them. They can't do what we do. They can't keep it. I mean, like, it's so hard for them, even them to think about the Day of Atonement. That's why we're not favoring no other group. Why? Because what are we doing? We are righteous. We are the righteous ones. You can see that by the things we do. I mean, the things that come out of our mouth, the light from Commander General Hano on down. As well as verse 16 said, what agreement have the temple of the Most High with idols? They have no agreement with the idols, the ones that is idolized, that we look up to, our people look up to. You know what I'm saying? Our people, I hope you don't expect them to be the ones that the righteous ones, because they did some wicked things to get up, climb up that ladder. I'm not saying all of them may be wicked, but majority of them, they love that money. And the scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? We can have money, but when you love money, or you're gonna cross your brother, you're gonna cross your mother, you're gonna cross your children, you're gonna cross your people. Look what Judas did. He got a couple of shekels of silver. He crossed Yahushua. He's seen the works of Yahushua firsthand. He's been with him. He walked with him. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll go back up to 14. He said, and what communion have light with darkness? Walking with darkness is going to take away who we are as the light. We are the light of the earth. For us to be the light of the earth, we got to shed ourselves from the heathens, from things that's wicked, from all the evilness, the darkness, so that we could put our light up on the table, light up the whole room. So we could be who the Most High said we are. We are the salt of the earth again. We are the flavor of the earth. We're the ones that make all their so-called fake inventions really, shine. So we are the best at everything that they create. You know what I mean? Even with the Scarface and all that. We try to be the best at whatever they put out there. Whatever they put out there, we try to be the best at. Not realizing that makes us our worst version of who we are. It makes us the worst version of who we are when we want to go out there and be gangsters. We're going to go out there and take out our own people. Make the worst person who we are when we want to go be drug dealers. Because we're going to sell them to our community. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be the worst. Our women going to be the worst woman the worst version of themselves when they go out there and shake their tail in the strip club and make their and show them make their what they have as beauty become ugly. Go there and do everything against who they are. You know what I mean? They're gonna go out there and get the BBLs, liposuctions. They want to go thinking they're making themselves beautiful. But you taking away who you are, the Most High put you to be beautiful. Verse 17, he also says, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate. Come out from among them and be holy. Be separate from who they are. We don't want to be of this world. For you are of the world, the Most High, you're an enemy of the world. He said, "He are the world. If you are of the world, you are an enemy of the Most High." And our people wonder why when they say, "Yo, I pray every day." You don't seem like he listens. You're not listening to the Most High. Take accountability for being disobedient, for breaking your oath, for not following the covenant that our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had with the Most High, for you not being man enough to do the works. If you're not being man enough to say no to things that is wicked, say no to things that is not for you. How can you're not man enough to say no to swine? You're not man enough to say no, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Oh, we got holy feast days where you can come in here and have a glorious time. Oh, you can't say no to don't say happy birthday to you. For the foremost, you didn't even create yourself to be born. So why do you want to have credit to be celebrated for a day that you didn't even create for yourself? It's the Most High that put everything together. He put your mother and your father together so you can be born. You know what I'm saying? He created us in the womb. You didn't have nothing to do with your creation. You have nothing to do for why you even here. So do what you're here to do. Going against that only going. Wonder why? They following the heathens. They are the ones that think they don't have. They are the infidel, the non-believers. We are the believers. The more you follow them, you ain't gonna believe. The more you go against this truth, you know what I mean, and become one with anyone outside of Isupk, you ain't gonna fully believe. You're not. You're gonna find a way why you don't have to believe in follow the laws. You're gonna find a way to justify your wickedness. You're gonna find a way to water down this truth. Isupk didn't water down the truth since 1969, but why do you think it's gonna start today? How shot and water down the truth when he came walking up amongst our people, well, it's not gonna have the same effect. You're not gonna be able to save our people by going out there and say, well, you could do it sometimes. You're not gonna go out there and have them follow the laws and create fear, allow the Most High for them to be fear the Most High, which is the beginning of wisdom, for them to stop doing the things that they're doing. They're not gonna do it if you go out there and sugarcoat things. You're not gonna go out there and sugarcoat things for nothing. We're not going out there with a suit or tie on. We'll go out there in our garments on and our war garments, ready for war. So y'all can see how serious this is. You're willing to live or die for us. Because our people really not. Our people think they're living, but they are not living out there. Our people are not living out there. Our people are dying daily. Daily. The old and the youth. Dying daily, man. For going against the Most High. Going against what he said do. Going against what's in place for us. So we're gonna go to Revelations. Revelation 18:4. We gotta separate ourselves from the heathens, man, so we can actually build our kingdom, become one together. When they ran out of, when our people when Moses came back and got our people up out of Egypt, right? He didn't go and grab the Egyptians and say, "Yeah, some of y'all can come with us too." Mind you, he knew a lot of them. He was raised up in their household for a while before he actually knew who he was. You don't think he had a couple of friends, like they would say? A lot of us going to their schools as a kid, we may think that we built friendship with the Edomites, the other nations. But as you grow, you got to realize once you know better, you got to do better. These are our friends, man. Our friends is our family. How Shai came, he put it like he said, a friend will die for his friend. And he ain't died for the heathens. He died for Israel. He put life on line for us. So we got willing to do the same thing, man. We're going to start at 4. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4. We can start at 2. Again, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. Yeah, I realize, man, what's going on with this world is it's going to get destroyed. The heathen's going to get destroyed. While you holding hands with them and being with them, you're not going to see the destruction of the people that the Most High is doing to them. You're going to want to save this world. You're going to want to save them. But by doing that, you are destroyed yourself. You are a part of the destruction. And the more you with them, you're going to keep seeing like you are. You're going to get to your best version of who you are that the Most High created you to be, because you're holding hands with the people that's going to get destroyed. You're holding hands that the Most High with the Most High enemies, which make you a part of it, being the enemy of the Most High, because you're doing everything that the fight. Again, we don't fight against flesh or flesh. We fight against principalities, even spirits in high places. And by you being a part of these high places that we fight against, you're fighting against the will of the Most High. When you don't separate yourself from the heathens, you being with the heathens, you are fighting against what the Most High have in place for you as well. You're going against your own kingdom, your own heaven on earth. You are part of your own demise. You know what I'm saying? Well, the picture bringing out that it was a Jake walking with his so-called friends, Edomites, and then they in a town where the other Edomites try to lynch the brother. And the guy want to say, but if it wasn't for his Edomite friends, they would have lynched him. No, maybe you should realize that you shouldn't be with them. You know what I'm saying? How many times I can speak even for myself. Again, you know what I mean? Like before coming to the truth, as younger, I'm in the car with an Edomite, and we get pulled over. Do you think I had the same privilege as that guy? Do you think if you walking around, do you think you have the privilege that they have in this world, right privilege? And the things set up for them? So why would we give them the privilege that the Most High give us? Why would we allow them to get the promises that were promised for us and say that it's for everybody? But the scripture says, be separate from them, come from among them, and they are the wicked ones. While you are among them, you're going to say it's okay for LGBTQ. The community is okay. You're going to push that. You're going to say that it could be a them, you could be a they, you could be a she could be a he, and he could be a she, and all this confusion that's going on. The Most High gave us not a spirit of fear, but a spirit of peace, power, and a sound mind. No confusion in that sound mind. It's not no discombobulated. It's not no nothing. We know what the rainbow was created for. A sign to us so that he won't flood the earth anymore the way he did when he destroyed the earth with Noah. But today he wants to say that the rainbow is for happy people. When people are not happy, because they was happy, they'd be happy with how they came out the womb. They'd be happy for how they was created. And instead of saying that they could change who they are. Who said they could do that? The heathens. Who gave them the power to change what the Most High created? The heathens. They are destroyed people. And it's become the habitation of devils. Deceivers. You know what I'm saying? The ones that, the liars, the imposters, the ones that they the one that blasphemy. They said they killed our king for blasphemy when he was speaking the truth. They are the ones that turn the truth into a lie. They are the ones that do all this evil stuff. They make it seem like it's cool, it's okay. They are the ones, again, that push the drugs up in our community. They are the ones that want to create the ghettos. You know what I mean? Push our people to be depressed, to do things out of desperation, traumatic situations. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones that created the system that will always so-called keep the so-called black Latin American man on the ground. They foot up on our necks, looking to them as a savior. And that's why it was so easy for our people to look at Caesar Borgia as a savior, because it's in our people's eyes, the white man is the savior. And Isupk, the white man is the devil. How can I mean? You got to realize how confused our people are. When you're gonna go to the same people, They say they're going to vote for the same people that was the ones that was spraying our people with the fire, sticking the dogs up on our people, killing our people daily, raping our grandmoms and their mothers and so forth. It goes on. How can you not look at them as the same? But the Most High said, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers. Like when Captain Zion bringing out Monday, racism among the people, you got to realize the woman is as racist as the man. They Bill Clinton. They say, Bill Clinton, he was racist, and guess what? So was Hillary Clinton. Our people was willing to vote for her. If I'm not mistaken, she was the one that teamed up with the lady that created Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? She are the ones that they is wicked. If they are the ones that lied upon our innocent people, our innocent brothers, and said they cried rape, knowing that it wasn't our people, man. Knowing that Emmett Till was brutalized and killed a horrible death, man, by grown men because of the woman, what the woman said. And as years went on, she confessed that, hey, it was a lie. How many our innocent brothers that was locked up falsely, and it was innocent because of the narrative that they put out there to our people. You know what I mean? You gotta realize that even in the beginning, when before our people was allowed to be actors and all that, they were the ones, the Edomites, they would paint their face and only act out scenes that will make our people black men portray as evil. Have a black man chasing the Edomite woman, having them out there doing all evil things, and have the world fear our people, fear the black man. When the world should look at the black now, it's like now. When we was at camp, they bring out the article that, hey, if your kid, Edomite kid get lost, find a black man. Find a black man. So even when we rule this world, we ain't gonna rule it in wickedness. Yeah, we're gonna have y'all as our slaves, our servants, but we're not gonna be raping y'all women. Because we're not sleeping with y'all. They are here to be handmaids. You go ahead and wash the dishes. You go ahead and mop the floor. You go ahead and do the things that as servants and handmaids should do. We're not gonna sleep with you, your woman. So I mean, it's different. We are gonna rule way righteously. Let's say that. You see how it is when people rule wickedly. And a lot of the leaders outside of Isupk rule with the same mentality I do. Sheep clothing, but inwardly they are raven wolves. They take on the same mentality as our oppressors, being conniving, malicious, the trickery thing that they have. Or the pastors is really, really tricky. They go out there and speak a feel-good message, knowing that everybody out there in the stands is going through something, going through trial and tribulation. But they're gonna go out there and say, yeah, make it feel good. Come on here, let's dance, let's party. Having a party, it's not gonna make you make you better than and get away from the wickedness that you've been doing all these years. You went there looking for a sign, looking for some kind of way to get out of your trials and tribulations, to put your mind at ease. You know what I'm saying? To become a better person. Not going there and come out the same or even worse. But the pastor, maybe if you're a female, the pastor only gonna become. It may be want to sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? And they even want to sleep with the men. So you know what I mean, like you gotta realize what we're going to when you go into these synagogues of Satan, man. When you go into these other temples and you go into these other buildings. Well,
you mentioned that, of course. They just arrested a former pastor for murder of an 8-year-old girl from like 1975.
Wow.
And he moved. Pastor arrested for 1975 murder of 8-year-old girl moved to Plano, Texas after her death.
Wow.
They just arrested the pastor for that.
Open another church out there. See, they don't even with the wickedness that they do. I mean, like even with the Bernard The Bernard pastor. Yeah, Alex, dude. After he did that, you'll think like, hey, yeah, sure. You want to think that he have another church on another block. You know what I'm saying? When they so-called get ordained by men. So again, and it becomes the habitation of devils and hold of every foul spirit. Every foul spirit. Look around America. Look around Babylon. Look around modern day Babylon. They hold every foul spirit, man. Look around, it's everything you can name. Every foul spirit you could name. Every wicked spirit you could name. The molesters, you know what I'm saying? Again, they serving the rock. You know what I'm saying? The same-sex marriages. You know what I mean? The most foulest spirits on this planet. You know what I mean? The murders that goes on in here, man. The crimes that happens here, the things that happen here, you be like, wow, I never thought it was going on like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pastor probably got rid of the 8-year-old because the 8-year-old probably was about to tell that the pastor was touching him. Whatever it was, nobody knows, but I'm just saying, like, they want to cover up their filth. Makes you even more foul because if you don't change the ways, you're going to do it again. And again, and again, and again. When you come into the Isupk, again, you ain't going back to prison. You ain't going back to doing whatever you're doing that was against the Most High. In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. A cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And here in America, in Babylon, you can be whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All nations is drunk off of America. All nations is drunk off here. They're thinking that, it's the land of the free. It's the land of the free. You come here and become an American, become a citizen. The land of the brave. It's the land of the wicked. The land of the foul spirits. The land of the unclean caged birds. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You know what I mean? Like the wine of the doctrine that they're pushing out there. You know what I'm saying? Their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that America legalizing marijuana. America saying, again, changing, having all these laws for you can have a sex change and this, that, and that. You know what I'm saying? The drugs. They created all these things, man. They push all these things upon our people. Push it. Now people take it in. And people accept it.
It's like when Nas did his song "If I Rule the World," right?
Yeah.
You know, we think that music is art. Music is art, which is what open to interpretation and everything else stuff. But of course, when you really listen to what he was singing, what he was rapping about, of course, stuff, it wasn't about us going out in the streets smoking weed, of course. It was about being a culture, being a people that's separate without, you know what I'm saying, doing what we do. If we want to hang out on the block, why we got to get harassed for hanging out on the block?
Yeah.
And he's just speaking about specifically what we probably typically do. Imagine in the streets, smoking weed without cops harassing. Hey, it's an issue. All of our brothers is getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? For a dime bag of weed, a nickel bag of weed, or whatever. An eighth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting locked up and charges slapped on us, where we gotta make an example of these kids.
Yeah.
They selling drugs. Look, man, I went to universities, private institutions. And the ones that were selling the drugs, the biggest drug dealers was the white kids.
Yeah.
And their parents were connected with the police.
Yeah.
So when the police got wind of what was going wrong, they made sure that them white kids, was good.
Look. That's heavy right there because, they always cover. They cover for their own. They're the ones that, like you said, they're the ones that's out here doing the wicked. You know what I'm saying? They are the ones that are out here that push that push out the Percocets. You know what I'm saying? The ones that whatever drug our people is addicted to, they push it out there. They make it seem like it's just in our community. It's more out there.
So like it. And if you look at what's going on today with the fentanyl,
Yeah.
come on now. Two things to that. One, it's killing the clients. Does it make sense to kill your clients off? No. It don't make sense. And the chemistry people, right, who are actually in the chemistry field that are of color, is trying to get up with NASA. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to find cures for the COVID virus.
Yeah.
You think we got time to go up in there and be like, oh, well, I'm about to be the biggest drug dealer. We got all types of elements that's plaguing us, and we trying to find a way to what? Help our people.
Yeah.
And it gets turned and flipped.
But so sad even about the fentanyl, like you said, they dying, but the people will want that because, like they said, I want someone died off a drug. Well, that's that fire. I want that. I want to feel the way they feel. You know what I'm saying? Fentanyl came from them as well. They give that out in the army. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they give out, like pharmaceutical, they want these drugs out here. The pharmaceutical businesses, they want these drugs out here so that they can still exist. These pain medicines and all that. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Again, we got to take ourselves from away from them so that we won't follow their sins. They are the sinners. And we become sinning when we follow what they're doing. So we follow the book, our book, we follow. It's like we follow Isupk, we sin no more. We sin no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they think it's hard to be perfect when the scripture said, be ye perfect as the Father in heaven, which means that he gave us the tools to be perfect. He gave us the tools to be greater than these other nations. He gave us what we needed to be righteous, to be above all families upon the planet. Got to separate ourselves from the heathens so that we won't go through the sins that they got. We won't go through the plagues that's upon them. Because they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And when you follow what they're doing, you take yourself away from the promises that the Most High promised us. It takes it away. You know what I mean? And nowadays, you can't say that you haven't heard. You can't say that you haven't heard about the laws. You can't say you haven't heard Yahweh Shai's life. You can't say you haven't heard about the 12 tribes because it's out there. The work that's been done since 1969. You know what I'm saying? You heard it. You've seen it. You reject it, you will be rejected. You know,
it's like when you look at the craftiness, right? You look at how much the snake of Esau is. You go 12 years, 12 to 16 years, graduate from high school, graduate from college, of course, stuff, and you still can't get a job, right? You go all that way to the point where now you're not getting told the difference of what, you should be doing for a retirement account.
Right.
What you should be doing, to manage your bills. The only thing you get told by your financial advisor is you need to make X amount of dollars. Oh, well, based upon what your tuition cost is, to pay this back in 10 years, you need to make $50,000. Not knowing that's not accounting for the rent costs that you're going to pay living in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
What are you paying? What, almost $1,700 for one person?
Yeah.
That ain't counting for your kids. They ain't counting for, that's just for one person.
That's it.
What are you supposed to do? What are you, expected, when you've been told your entire life, go get an education, go to college, get a better job, become a lawyer, become a doctor. And when you finish, you're the one that's getting blamed for the financial misdeeds of the bank.
Yep.
You're the one that's getting blamed, you know what I'm saying, for the malpractice of the doctor. The craftiness of, you know what I'm saying, this government that we live underneath, these oppressors, is absolutely, it shouldn't be shocking by now.
It's not.
We've been dealing with it for up to how many years? And now they done made a transition yet again. How many times we done had sisters going for LPN, nurses? Sisters love going to school for nursing, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
That was a major thing. When I was in college, they went and cut the program for nursing.
Wow.
You come into the school like, hey, I'm here for nursing, for the nursing program. Oh no, we're gonna get rid of that. But I'm here for this program. You told me that I need to take these classes before I can start the program. So now what am I supposed to do? I done wasted my time. I done paid my tuition. And now I can't pursue the field that I want to. I done did the education. I did the study. You're telling me that I'm not qualified because I don't have any field experience? The craftiness of this bastard, you know what I'm saying, that has been oppressing us for however long it's been going on is just outstanding.
Yeah.
And it's truly biblical for us to see it happening today.
Yeah.
The laws that have been passed that allow for LGBT community to shape and mold the minds of our children. And for you to be oppressed, if you want to speak up against it, you're the oppressor because you don't want your children learning about sex at the age of 5. That's your right. You can't afford to put your child in private education system where they won't be taught those things unless you consent to it. Because the cost of the tuition is just, oh, well, that's a donation of $15,000. But what about the tuition? Well, that's separate. And they won't refund you your money. They're not going to give you anything back.
Wow.
Salaki, keep going on. Salaki.
What you're saying is heavy because that's oppression at its finest. And our people don't see that they're oppressed. Same way, like you said, when they take those out of school, they took the trades out of the schools before as well. To where like, prepares to have a job when we leave the school because the degree that they're giving us is not going to prepare us to have a job in this world. You know what I mean? Like they ain't going to teach us how to work with our hands. They want us to have something on paper, and paper it may look good, but when you get out, like you said, you get out of the schools, it's nothing lined up for you. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out, you don't know how to save money. You don't have no plan for the end, for retirement. You don't have no plan for the children. You went through all this, put all your time to become better and get through all these tests and all these paperwork to where you're in debt. That's so crafty and cunning and malicious that they have you think you're doing something to better yourself, but it only does put you to over.
Salaki. Well, I forget what it was. It was I don't know if it was the method man, you know what I'm saying, bread man, you know what I'm saying, how high, you know what I'm saying, but it was like they needed specific requirements in order to get whatever degrees and all this other stuff though. And they made it say that it was impossible for them to do it. They got to the end, it's like, oh no, you need this additionally, and you need this additionally. And if you don't do this before this time period, of course, though, you forfeit everything. You forfeit everything. That's the same thing that they'll do. They'll put you through the trade program, of course, and then they'll say that what? You aren't meeting the standards. Uh-huh. They'll say that you didn't get some certification that you already sat through the class and took. Yeah. You do everything that you... It's lucky. I just talked to a brother about 3-4 days ago. They went through a whole program that was like, oh, you get a job, you'll have first crack at it, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have this opportunity, you're going to have that opportunity, and they are still waiting to get their certificates. And the response is, oh, it's the governor. Yeah. The response is, oh, we're moving to a different location. The response is, well, I can't speak to you about that. You got to talk to this person here. You got to talk to administration. You got to talk to downtown. And they point you to the same people, just under a different title. It'll be the same people holding 3 or 4 different positions in Congress, in government, and in these different, municipalities, of course, and they'll run you in circles. Meanwhile, they're going to bring up their nephew or their loved ones, their community, that will sit in a seat that you are more than qualified for. And they'll sit back in their office and they'll play their video games all damn day.
Yeah.
While you got to sit there and break your back for the crumbs. For the crumbs. And now when you're finally done lost it all because you got high, you fell on hard times, you're on drugs, you got addicted, to opioids because you done busted your back. Then they come around, with the nonprofit organizations talking about we'll give you help. Look at you.
Yes. Yeah. And most times we're more qualified than them. I think you were bringing up a couple of weeks ago, like you was at the class and the people wanted you to, you could teach the class. It's so heavy because, like you said, by the time, it's a whole system that the Edomites got in place, because by the time you are depressed and all these things like that, they got a nonprofit business for addicts. Nonprofit business for single mothers, nonprofit business for convicts. So now they really win.
We was right downtown. Where do we go downtown to speak at?
Harrison.
Salina Harrison, right?
Oh.
We go downtown to Salina Harrison. And when we get down there, it clears up. You understand? And then brothers and sisters will come and they'll sit across the street. They'll sit at the corner. They'll hide behind the pillar, of course, and they'll listen. Meanwhile, the Salvation Army is right around the corner, and under the bridge, what do you have? Everybody that's going to get help from the Salvation Army out there getting high.
Right there.
The brother said there's a camera pointed right there, right at us.
Right there.
The camera's looking right at us. The cops are 2 blocks over looking right at them. They're sitting in the bus hub watching them across the street from the bus hub.
Yeah.
Then they go across the street to Spike Island and sit on the bench and get hot. And they will melt in the hot, scorching sun. 95 degrees outside. And they will just sit there and they will just die slowly. Ain't that something?
Yeah. Again, that's our people don't see how oppressed we are, and they give up on life. The life that they need is to come to Isupk, can't understand how to get away from it. Because there's people that will go right down, just go to the mission to get off their drugs. They would go to the homeless to sell their drugs. They would go to the ones that need the help to give them what Captain Zion would say, a dog lick on their wounds. People want to go, they want to just get a lick on their wounds instead of actually getting healed. That's why we gotta come from among them, because they don't understand the situation that our people want. They're not in the same situation that we're in. They use these tactics and these strategies to keep us from climbing. You can go through all the programs that you want. They're not going to see you as qualified as much as them. And our people is willing to keep going through the ropes to prove that we're qualified, but not understanding that we're qualified from birth. We're qualified by the Most High to be the chosen people. We don't want to be qualified for whatever's wicked. Let them do that. Let them do that. So but going through the system that they have in place for us, it's like a hamster wheel. You keep running on the hamster wheel, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You're in the same spot. And we keep looking for progression The only time we're gonna really progress in life is when you follow the Most High and His commandments. When you get away from them. You know what I'm saying? Coming to the classes. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being a master heathen, going through whatever they got, come in here to be a righteous priest and prophet. Come in here in class to put the same energy that you put into their system. Come put more and double in here. Because your reward gonna be double than it is that you was getting out there.
Slide it. You heard her brother when his sister came up. She said, "What you doing out here?"
Yeah.
What was his response?
Was it listening?
He said, "I'm listening. I'm interested.
Yeah.
I might join these brothers."
And he came.
Oh, he came?
He came on Monday. He came Monday, right before like him and Cap were talking and all that. He came Monday. Cap said he came to the class. And he was right here in front of the door.
What sign of Christ?
You know what I'm saying? So like, those the ones that reward that right there is a reward that's better than whatever the Edomites can give us.
Slacking. And we've seen that brother out there many a time.
Many times.
And thank the Most High that she asked him,
Yeah.
"What you doing out here?" You understand? And now he spoke up and said, "I'm interested." He's been interested all this time.
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right. Most High in Christ,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Pray the Most High, you know what I'm saying, keep dealing with that brother.
Yeah.
You know, because it's by mercy, you know what I'm saying, that he's not dead right now. You understand? We're not praying for the brother to die. We're praying that all Israel get wakened up. But it's by the mercy of the Most High that we have had the chance to change. You had a chance to change. I had a chance to change. So like, I hold my peace.
No, because like you said, if they have an ear, let them hear it. And he had the ear to listen and hear what the piece of prophets is saying. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's mighty Isupk, because that's what we go out there to do. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna everybody not gonna be strong enough to come to AC4 South Ave. You know what I'm saying? To deal with what you have to, even if, you know what I mean, like, just you can't do it all at once. But just coming to the doors, man, having a conversation with the outer ones, you know what I mean, and learning more. Just ask your questions. When you ask the questions, you're gonna get an answer that you've been looking for your whole life. Your whole life. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven. For the sins of the sins of Babylon, or the Most High sees it. And if we had to be dealt with for the things that our forefathers had to be dealt with for the things that we done, they're gonna have to get dealt with for the things that they do. And we have to realize that the Most High ain't gonna deal with them the same way he dealt with us. You know what I'm saying? Because he loves us. He said, for he chastised those he loves. So when he chastises us, we gotta realize it's out of love. The same way we chastise our children and say, yo, stop, don't do that. You know what I mean? Give them a pop. Don't touch that hot stove. Look both ways or whatever it is. We chastise them because we love them. The Most High do that to us as well. He chastised us because he loved us. But for he hate Esau, so he will destroy them in the way that he hated them. He deal with us in the way that he loved us. He's gonna deal with them in the way that he hates. You gotta understand when he released these plagues upon them. When he released we don't want the judgment that they're gonna get. So we gotta come from out of them. We gotta separate from them. We gotta get away from them. So the Most High can bless us in the way that he want, that the promises that he has for us. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. The Most High remembered her iniquities. Right? The Most High if he keep record for everything. If you remember what we do, he remember what they do, and they're gonna pay. You don't want to be partakers of their sin nor their judgment. You don't want to be partakers and receive the plague that's released upon them. Let them get the monkeypox. Let them get the HIV. Let them get the diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever it is that's intended for them. But for us, we're going to serve the Most High. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you. You got to reward them the way they reward us. That's what's going to happen when the kingdom of heaven is well. We're going to reward them the way they rewarded us. And double unto her, double according to her works. Double unto them, according to their works. And I mean, like, again, this is not no feel-good message. But to us, to the Isupk, we hear this, it's music to our ears, right? This is music to our ears. Because we want this. from oppression make a wise man mad. We are angry. We are angry. And the only way we're gonna be able to get them for the thing they give us is give it to the Most High. He said, "Vengeance is His. Vengeance is the Most High." And the cup which she had filled to her double. They're gonna get double for the things that we've been through. They're gonna get double for the works that they've done to us. And it's gonna be the Most High, because the Most High is the one that even put us on ships to get over here, for them to even be thinking that they have the power to even do anything. Yeah, we've wrestled against principalities, evil spirits in high places. And the highest place for us is the Most High. So we that's why we follow these laws, so the Most High can do the things that He need to do as well. We're gonna go to you drop down and go to Ephesians 4. Ephesians 4. You gotta realize what the Most High telling us to do, man. When we say go get away from them. Get away from them. Because He got a plan for us and a plan for them. He said He show mercy upon who He show mercy, one choose to show mercy upon. And who don't, He ain't gonna have no mercy upon them. He gave us the time to get ourselves right. When we could have been destroyed. Stephen got stoned. Yahweh Shai, they took it. If He allowed them to go through some things, we will be persecuted the way that the world persecuted Yahweh Shai. We should expect that as well. But they're going to have to be war for the things that they do to us. And we need to come together as one. Gather ourselves together, because we are the undesirables. We are the ones that the world don't see nothing good. When they say nothing good come from Nazareth. We are that people. So we got to realize that we ain't going to be good to the world. We're going to be good to the world. At one point in time, they said we wasn't even a man. Wasn't even people. But the Most High said we are His chosen people, a peculiar people, a royal priesthood. A royal priesthood. So we'll go to Ephesians 4, start at 17. Yeah, this is the book of Ephesians 4, chapter 6, verse 17. And take the helmet of salvation. Take the helmet of salvation. You know what I mean? Put that on your head. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Take this law. Salvation is only for Israel. You know what I'm saying? So when we got to put that on our head, put that on our minds to protect us. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ain't going to go on a football field without their helmet on. A person ain't going to go and ride a motorcycle without a helmet on. Ain't going to ride a bike without a helmet on. We got to put our salvation upon our head. It's going to protect us. And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. So, this is 4:17. So, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not after other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. And this is Ephesians 4, chapter 4, verse 17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not after other Gentiles walk. That's what made us Gentiles in the get-go. When you read and learn about that, when they say Yahweh Shai went to speak to the Gentiles, it was only to say, for instance, how we go outside and talk to the Americans. We go out there and talk to the people that say they are African American. Let them know, hey, guess what? You are from the tribe of Judah. You are from the tribe of Benjamin. You are from the tribe of Gad. You are from the tribe of Ephraim. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you walk after the Gentiles, walk after the Moabites. You walk after the Edomites, Amalek. You know what I'm saying? The Hittites. If you walk after these other nations, you're going to become who they are. The vanity in their minds. The vanity in their minds is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you walk after them, you're going to pick up in their mind. You're going to do as they do. You're going to see as they see. You're going to believe as they believe. It makes you vanity. It makes you vain. Verse 18. Having the understanding darkened. Your understanding you ain't gonna understand in your mind. You're gonna have so much confusion in there. Our people gonna commit suicide. Our people commit suicide out there, man. Our people is depressed. You know what I'm saying? Our people don't see worth in themselves. They don't see the light in them at all. For how can they be the light of the earth, of the world? Like we are the light of the earth, we are the light in the world. How can you do that if you're walking with darkness? How can you do that if you're walking with darkness? It's like if you ain't allowing the Most High to light that flame on you. If you're a candle, you're gonna be walking around like this empty candle right here, and you can't see through the dark. There ain't no flame on it. How can you be that flame if you're walking with darkness? Come on, now, come on, man. We gotta understand how to ignite that light. Being alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance that is in them. Being set apart, being foreign to what is as who we are, like you said, being alienated from the life of the Most High through the ignorance that is in them. It's gonna be hard for you to see that Yahweh Shai is a black man, because and it's gonna be hard for you to walk into the class and step on Caesar Borgia's head because you believe that is Jesus. The common person out there that's outside the truth, and they walk into the class, they're gonna step over the picture that we got right here on the floor. Oh shoot, that's Jesus. They're gonna step right over it. The ignorance that they have in them, alienated from who they are, not understanding that Yahweh Shai is a black man, and that's Caesar Borgia, a molester, a child molester. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna walk over it because you alienated from who you are. You ain't gonna see the good in who we are, in the blacks, that's in Native Americans. You're not gonna see Yahweh, the Most High, understanding that he's not nothing to be played with. The God of war, man of war. He's not nothing to be played with at all. So you ain't gonna know your heritage. You're not gonna know your culture. You're gonna say that the soul food that they give us is food for our soul. Not understanding that the scriptures is food for your soul. You're gonna be like, hey, chitlins, you know what I mean, pig feet, ham bars, ham. You're gonna be celebrating Thanksgiving, the slaughter of our people, the Gadites. You're gonna be believing that the culture of having firearm is yours. The culture of being a drug dealer is yours. The culture for the woman going to shake your behind is yours. Being a harlot is your culture. No, it's not. You know what I mean? You was far apart from the life of the Most High for that He intended for you to be. You're far from being a piece of prophet when you're out there doing that. Good night. Because of the blindness of their heart. They don't know. That's why they out there, they would say Yahweh, Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? Yahshua. They would say all these other things. You know what I'm saying? They would say that they believe in the same thing that we believe in, but we say we're not affiliated with none of them. Why? Because y'all follow the world. Y'all follow the world. Y'all follow the ignorance of the world. They follow the ignorance of other doctrines of Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Of Egyptology, astrology. You know what I mean? Pathology. Everything out there in the world, and accept it as your own, and you wear it. You wear it on your chest. You know what I'm saying? Like saying like this is us. This is who I am. And then wonder why our people is out there destroyed. And the Bible said we'd be a byword. A word that you would walk out there and say that you're not from the tribe of Judah. Or what is the tribe of Judah? The Bible says Yahweh Shai came from the tribe of Judah. David from the tribe of Judah. They go by tribes in the Bible, but you don't understand what tribe you are. Are you going to say you from Africa, from the tribe of whatever they is? Hamite? Oh yeah, you're going for the blindness in your heart. The blindness in their heart as well. Verse 19. Who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. It's like, look, I just want to make sure I get the right definition of that. Lashes, viciousness, and sexual desire, sexual behavior. A conduct that is considered cruel and offensive, or contrary to local moral or other standards of appropriate behavior. In this sense, yeah, just out there, just go out. You can't control your sexual desires. You have some lustful sexual desires and your sexual behavior is like LGBTQ. It's out there. You gotta check out the OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You're just out there with it. To work our uncleanness with greediness. We greedy in the wickedness. We want to keep filling up your lustful desires. You follow that and you live by it. Verse 20. But ye have not so learned Christ. Ye have not so learned Christ. That's what happened when you follow after these people. You know what I mean, our people will be in church for 50 years. Christian church, baptism, Catholic, for 50 years and not know who Yahweh Shai is. You don't know his name. You don't know that he died for only the Israelites. You don't know that the Bible is only speaking to the Israelites. You've been in the church for 50 years. For generations on generations, you got generations that have been there. The grandson been going to the same church his granddaddy went to. And you don't know who Yahweh Shai is. You don't know the truth. But ye have not so learned Christ. Verse 21. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai. Verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man. If you knew, the same way we come in here as young men, and we learn and know who Yahweh Shai is, know the laws and the commandments, know this truth, well, that old man be gone. It's gone. We'd be like, oh, good night. When we learn who he is, truly is. I know for me, I haven't bumped into a man of the Most High that actually followed this truth until I came into these doors. Before you think our people leave church, they would say church hurt. Our people will leave because these people are not acting as men of the Most High. They're not acting as, they're not following the doctrine. They're not going by the structure to see the evidence, to see the similarities that they have in the Bible. They don't see the similarities in these churches and these other doctrines as you see in Isupk and these Bible. And our people, you see that we operate off. You'll read about the 7 sons in 2 Matthew. You'll read about the 7 sons, but oh, they had the spirit of the Yahweh Shai. They were UPK. They're willing to die for us. These leaders out there, oh no, good night. They like that rich man. They're more like the rich man. They're not willing to give the poor anything. You know what I mean, they out there. It's pastors out there. They out there with the Yeezys on. They out there they out there teaching and preaching. Not saying it's a sin to dress nice, but the congregation is just, they're not teaching the congregation anything. They're just taking their bread, benefiting off them, and monopolizing off them like how the oppressors do. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. Corrupt. Our people is so lustful. It's so lustful. That's why they go by perception. You can put, and I mean, social media don't help it, because you see something, and they gonna want it. That's why they can put a burger on a billboard, and then next thing you know, let's go to McDonald's, y'all. Let's go to Burger King. You got commercials out there, and they just put a commercial up there that's gonna feed your lustful desires, your eyes, the light of your soul, what you see, and you're gonna be like, oh, I want that. Your lust is you're intrigued. Your lust is intrigued by what it sees. You know what I'm saying? The temporary satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's deceitful. It's evil. And it's deceiving you. Even when you want it, you're gonna do a lustful act, and next thing you know, like, oh, you're gonna feel guilty or something. You're gonna know you're gonna feel disgusted when you start waking up. And if you come to the truth, you're gonna be like, damn, I was a disgusting person. Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. In the spirit of your mind, because you're having these lustful thoughts in your mind. And I mean, but when you be renewed and learn this truth, everything, you're gonna be, hold on. Y'all don't want that. When you see swine, you're gonna say no. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna look at your opium ribs or red. You know what I mean? You're not gonna cover it against your brother, saying that I want that. I want to take whatever it is. You're not gonna be wanting to stick up your own people. You're not gonna want to serve drugs to your own people. You ain't gonna want to serve drugs at all, which is the agenda of the oppressors. You're not gonna want to the woman. You're not gonna want to be naked outside. You're gonna want to cover yourself up because you're gonna realize the beauty that you possess as who you are, as a Black Latino Native American woman. You ain't gonna want to go out there and be dancing on an old wrinkled Edomite. That's who coming to the strip club. That's who want to go come and throw money at you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but our people going there, rich folks going there as well. But imagine the ones that you would never label. You would never ever put your eyes on these Edomites if you didn't think, you know what I mean, that the lustful desires of whether it's for the money, whether I'm pretty sure most of them be on drugs. To even go out there and embarrass yourself like that and not see it as an embarrassment. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. In the spirit of your mind. Going through that fire. You know what I'm saying? Going through these laws and the commandments of the Most High. Being truly baptized, not dipped in water, but being renewed in your mind. Washing your brain, being brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? Getting clean from inward. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the woman, you can be so attractive on the outside, but disgusting on the inside. Disgusting on the inside. And everyone will see that. We see it, men, we see it all the time. Like, yeah, she's attractive, but she's a disgusting person. Women were set up men. Set them up to get killed. You know what I'm saying? They would sleep with their friends are the ones. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Men will kill their friends, so-called friends. Say they loyal to the people that they work. They is not loyal. They don't know what loyal is until you come to Isupk and learn how to be first be loyal to the Most High. Because when you learn how to be obedient to the Most High and follow His rules, His laws and commandments, guess what? You're gonna be loyal to His people. You're gonna be loyal to Israel. You're gonna see what you need to do in life. Your mind gonna be renewed. Verse 24. And that ye put on the new man. You will put on the new man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be Sabiyah. You'll be also Dawan, Captain of Zion, Commander General Yahama. You know what I mean? Nahar Yahweh, Officer Sawat, Mafuka. You know what I'm saying? Your Quatazar, Shiraj. You know what I'm saying? You'll be Shalimar. You'll be a new man in your word and your move as you put on a new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. You realize that, even you want to give up the old name. Because from your last name is connected to the oppressor, which is the master, what plantation you came from, whether Thomas, Johnson, Jackson, Brown, whatever it is. That was the master's name. You know what I mean? And just to have it, your name in your true language, in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? The Lashma Kodash. You know what I mean? Have meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Because before we get our true names, I mean, the name, so-called, the name we give birth, look it up, they say, oh, it's the origin of this name is Irish. The origin of this name is German. The origin of this name is this. It's not the origin of who we are. So we're walking around in the spirit of them, and we acting like them as well, but we carrying their names. But when you get your new name and become a new man, it comes from the Most High. It comes from the Most High. We don't name ourselves. We don't come here and say, yeah, I like how that sounds. That's who I am. No, you watch. You know what I'm saying? It's what you bring and your characteristics. You actually get named. Even when you're a baby, when you come out your mother's womb, she don't name you on anything that's really attached to you. How you is or how you act or what you do. She name you off of whether it's her father or your father. Not saying you are not supposed to have your father's name either, but I'm just saying she named you from not even knowing you. And here you get know you first. You know what I mean? You get winged, or you get winged first. Same way that how Samuel was winged. Before she even brought him to the temple, was winged off his mother's breast. We get milk fed. We get weaned from the world. You know what I'm saying? We get weaned off our old man. Old man dies. Now, because we come in, we babies. Some of y'all is a baby. You get weaned, milk fed, boom. Now you're going through the stages, going through the growth and life development, the development, growth in life here in the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta really understand when we say the Commander General Hana, he kept his sword, and everybody left, he developed the growth, and we understand how righteous you need that. That's righteous. You know what I'm saying? Because people, if you leave, you know what I'm saying, your growth stops. You actually go backwards. You know what I'm saying? You won't actually become the best version of who you're supposed to be. Verse 25, wherefore putting away lying. Wherefore you putting away lying. Speak every man truth with his neighbor. We're going to lie to our people. We go out there on the corner, we tell our people the truth. We're going to say, oh, if you smoking, okay, that's wrong, right? You out there, even if you're a chick walking with an Edomite girl, oh, yo, you're wrong. You're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You come in the truth, learn the truth. You know what I mean? You got to put it away after you know now. But you're gonna want to have a way from the tribes. You should know the truth. But most time our people are blinded by saying we go to them thinking we getting something better for the other nations. That they the exotic ones. They are the foreign ones. They are the beautiful ones. Nah, it's right here. The best you can get is your own kind. Same way the Italians, they would get mad if their daughter brought home a black man. Or movie, they would say. The same way the Edomites fathers get mad if their daughter brought home a black man, black to Native American man. Same thing. Grandmom say, yo, if they can't use your comb, don't bring them home. So we can take on that same mentality that they have for our people. For we are members one of another. For we are members one of another. For we are the same body, one faith, one baptism. We are the same body. 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Yeah, like I said, we said, oppression make a wise man mad. We are angry, but don't make us go sin. A lot of our people use being angry or sad or depressed, whatever emotional, to sin. They allow the emotion to supersede the truth. Here we allow the truth to override everything. We allow the truth to overpower everything. And allow it to fuel how angry he is. And guess what? We're so angry, and we don't allow the Most High to show his vengeance. We're so angry, we're going to prepare ourselves for war. When Yahweh Shai crack the sky, and it's time, oh, we're ready. We're so angry, we're going to go out there on the corners and tell our people who they are. Tell our people what they shouldn't do, what they should do. And so angry, we're going to tell the other nations who they are. Expose them for who they are. And sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Come on, man. Don't allow, especially don't allow that the you know what I mean, the situation to take over every day. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow one situation to change your whole life. 27, verse 27. Neither give place to the devil. Neither give place. That's why we don't give place to the Edomites. White man, the devil, the Bible speaks of. We don't give them place to say that they are our Savior. We don't rest on their doctrines. We don't give them room to come up in our. That's why they're not even allowed in our Isupk. You're not getting no place to even bring no confusion, bring none of your wickedness, bring anything any power that you think you have. You know what I mean? Like, we have to separate ourselves from other nations to take ourselves away from our sinful ways. Come together as a people so that we can actually move as one. For we are the same members. You know what I'm saying? We may seem like we are different, but even the scripture said, I mean, the hand is still a part of the same body as the foot. You know what I'm saying? Like the leg is on the same body as the arm. You know what I'm saying? Like our hand is on the same body as your knees, pretty much. You gotta realize we are a part of the same body, and everything that everyone brings to the table is 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 uh is useful and beneficial for the same body, for us to move as one body, to move as one, and not separate or divided or as division. Because again, if you look up on Google, they're gonna pop up all these different groups, cause confusion to our people. You know what I'm saying? And we're not supposed to be like that. That only comes from the heathens, saying that you can have more than one of this, saying that you could be more than one person, saying that you could be a theory, whatever it is. If they say you could be a theory, you gotta realize that why are they trying to confuse you? Why are they trying to cause controversy or you know what I mean what's the
Contradiction of the scriptures.
yeah that too, but just talking about this conspiracies. I mean, they want you to live on a conspiracy. The biggest conspiracy is that the black Latino American is the true Jews. And Howard Shire is a black man. You know what I'm saying? But don't allow them to lead us to thinking all these other things and attach myself to believing in the sun god and the wine god, the chicken god, and all these other different gods. There's only one God, Yahweh, the Most High. With that, I'm gonna pass over to Officer Ronco.
Isupk security announcement. We're at Isupk started out on West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, underneath the leadership of Commander General Hanna. Group for new brothers and sisters. New brothers and sisters coming to the school. They're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew, Mount Isra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you is your church partner or teacher. Priest fund. Free offer for priests not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. It's not a holy convocation in the sense as, like one of the high holy days, things of that nature, but the Midwest Fire Weekend. Tomorrow, man. So, Most High, saying, Lord, be with all you brothers and sisters that's traveling, to make it out there. Enjoy yourselves, have a good time. Commander General Hanna is going to be doing a lecture, right? They said that they got a whole slew of events every day, So make sure y'all go there, enjoy yourselves, have a glorious time in the Lord. August 28th, right? August 28th is going to be the Harlem Cookout. So make sure you get the GoFundMe's, all the different websites. Share. Make sure y'all contribute, donate whatever you can. It's going to be a glorious time as well. September 15th is the memorial blowing of the trumpets. So we're also going to be having that going down in the UK. So so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, make sure that you prepare yourself for all of this. Check the bulletin board at the back. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black: boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, one courage salute to the men, to the brothers, men of Israel. Imagine, Shabbat, imagine, rock, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rabbathah. It's on top, hands down. Saul, one courage salute to the sisters. Sisters, imagine, Shabbat, imagine, rock. Yahshua Rabbathah, Shem Yahshua. Yes, my top. Class dismissed.